Around me, a moat that is also me, running circles and licking dirt, cannons spitting from the roof, black as me, exploding like me, clapping through the air. In the war, the knights are me and the knights are me, riding their strong, tired horses, whose hooves arpeggio the mud, creating a song that is me. My dance card is full. Soldiers keep coming to offer their gentle hands. Men who live in my building, whose daughters went to my school, whose daughter I am, who are 20 years my senior, who aren't men yet, who have signed my checks, who against metro stations line themselves like artillery and whistle clean as exit wounds. Of course my humanity has hollowed. Mercy burned down with all the other small towns. The smoke? Yeah, that's me too. Kennedy Center, make some noise. My name is Alexa Patrick. I am the curator and host of Second Wind Poetry, and I am so happy that you all are here. You could have been anywhere on this fantabulous Wednesday, and yet you chose to be right here to listen to some poetry. So please give a round of applause to yourselves. That's right. And so also we have fantastic poets on the lineup tonight. Of course, we got Franky J on the ones and twos who will be doing some musical curation. It's going to be, as the youth call it, a vibe. Okay? So for those of you who may be unfamiliar, a second wind is a phenomenon when athletes, after being exhausted, after working really hard, they get this new boost of energy. And I started Second Wind Poetry last year because, y'all, we've been running a marathon. We've been running a marathon. If you look at these last few years, if you look at these last few months, if you look at this past week, maybe a little bit earlier today, we've been exhausted. Are you tired? I know I'm tired, right? And it's really hard to be human sometimes, and I think particularly now it's really difficult to be tired. And so I think that we are all in search of something that will give us this new boost of energy, a second wind, if you will, so that we can be equipped with what we need in order to go back out and face the world. Does that make sense? Yeah? Word. I should also say, in my hosting, I use a lot of call and response. Word. Okay, so I'll just say this. You all are agents of your own bodies. When I ask for a response, it's merely an invitation. You can choose to engage with me, with this event, in whatever way makes sense for you. I just want to be clear that y'all could do what you want. And I'm just happy, again, that you all are here, and the way that you show up is enough, okay? Okay, cool. Listen, I was like, I accept it. All right, word. So before we get into my full spiel, and before we get into this wonderful lineup, I would like to first offer a land acknowledgement. We remember and honor that we are broadcasting from the unceded home of the Piscataway and near the homes of the Powhatan, Pamunkey, Chickahominy, Monacan, and other Native nations. We remember that this nation is made from looted land and constructed with looted labor. We remember that Black people built this imperial capital and that Black people are still leading struggles for liberation to this very day. The acknowledgement of land is not only relevant to our city or our country, but relevant abroad as well. The displacement, erasure, apartheid, and genocide of people continue even when it's not right outside of our door or beneath our feet. And it is our duty to name and speak out against these injustices. I also know that it makes it a lot easier to do that when you are being poured into. And so if anything, dear audience, my goal for this evening, and as we end this evening, is that you all feel poured into, that you feel loved, and seen and, yes, revived so that we can go back out into the world and do the same for others. Ashe? Y'all, we got Jasmine Mans in the building. The. Okay? Yes. And I don't know if you all know, but you're about to find out. You're about to find out. And I'm going to talk a lot more about her later on. But, I mean, for now, thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful that you are here and that, I get to connect these people to you. Because I don't think they're ready yet. I don't think they're ready. Okay. And then we also, again, have 6 fantastic poets that are about to be up on this stage sharing their hearts, sharing their souls. They are people who have taught me, people who have taught your favorite poets around this city, and they are giants. And I say all that to say that this isn't going to be the kind of poetry event where they share their work and they share their hearts and they spill everything out on the stage and you just sit there and you're like, okay? This is going to be a live event. So I invite you to show love to the people on stage, right? This is going to be an exchange, a conversation, if you will. And the more energy that you give to the folks on stage, the more energy we can give back, and we're just going to do an energy exchange situation. You know what I mean? Word? Okay. Well, let's see. Let's test this. How many people have been to an open mic before? Okay. So y'all are gonna be my star students. If you hear a poem that you like, if you hear a line that you like and that just really resonates with you, how can you show love to a poet when they're on stage? What can you do? Okay, I'm seeing some snaps. Can I see everyone snap? Let's see some snap. We gonna get there, trust. Jasmine's like, first of all, we gotta work our way up, okay? I'll start here, and then we're gonna end up there. Okay, snaps, wonderful. It sounds like a nice spring rain. You can make, I am savoring a delicious piece of chocolate noise. That sounds like, Can I please hear that? Okay. Y'all can say, go win, poet. Say, go win, poet. Or, if you are feeling particularly holy, regardless of your religious affiliation or denomination, you could take the word she. You could take the word Jesus. You smush them together, and that sounds like Jesus. Can I please hear that? Okay, one more time. Beautiful, okay. I know, you see, my grandfather is a Kojic pastor, and so I just, that's a little Alexa lore for you all. That's, get the book. Anyway, so this is the last thing I'm gonna share with you all. I'm gonna share this with you because, well, I like you, and I trust you, okay? This is something that I got from the DCU Slam team. It's something called the awkward giraffe. Okay? And it looks something like this. Okay, this is for when you feel like I am so overwhelmed, I cannot fathom a way to even make sound. All right? So I am going to count to 3. I'm going to invite you all to show me your awkward giraffes. 1, 2, 3. Woo, beautiful. If you feel like you have enough tools in your toolbox to show love to a poem, say word. I wouldn't be the host that I am if I didn't test that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you all a line of poetry. It's gonna be hot fire. It's gonna be top of the dome, okay? And you are going to show love to me in the ways that we just reviewed, okay? Okay, I'm just gonna come up with something. Who knows what it's gonna be? Okay, thank you. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. No, it's a thinker. You gotta think about it. Okay, word. Well, and that was just top of the dome. I feel like these poems that are gonna come up on this stage tonight are gonna be better, but we'll see. But you all, listen, you all are masters in showing love. So if you're ready for your first poet, say first poet. Okay, Takier George is a spoken word artist from the DMV area. George is a full-time student at Howard University, HU. Cool. I didn't go to Howard, but I am Black, and so I feel like I get to participate. I feel like y'all are gonna come after me. Sorry. Okay, anyway, so she's majoring in English with a concentration in creative writing and a minor in TV and film production. From 2018 to 2020, George was a member of the DCU Slam team. DCU Slam! 3 stars. She is currently working on her first chapbook. And then also, I should say this, as a little fun game, because I'm quirky like that, I have a question of the day that I asked all the people who are about to touch stage. The fun question of the day was, what's a candy you think the world could do without? And Takier's answer was the York Peppermint Patty. Everyone give a round of applause to Takier.
Hi, everyone. So this first piece is about and for my grandmother, and it's called A Cedar Wrap. Dystopia's birthed from the misguided dreams of my mother's mother, tongue heavy with scripture, cross burning holes through her chest like the bed sores that took her out, thought she could find a heaven like the ones outlined in those pages, must have forgotten. Even the Garden of Eden was earthbound before it became just another patch of land, lending its wealth to everybody but us. There are ruins on her pillow, graves for every one of her children she hoped would make it out, make it to her, but didn't. Try telling a dying woman that dreams are just a made-up concept from American films, that she made it all the way here just to die without a gravestone, for her pockets could not outweigh fancy rock, nothing to engrave to remember her by, only the free whispers of her daughter's daughter. Janet, 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 I say, this must be enough. It has no choice but to be. 3 generations later yet, these words are all I have. Thank you. And this next piece is titled No Country for Daughter. And what is a smile to a foreigner but a gift of whispers? Yes, my mother grew up there, counted the pebbles on the roads with her fingers until she bled, leaving a trail all the way to America. They remember her, thin and young, so she cleans herself up on the way back, wishing away almost all evidence of who she was, only scars and skin left. They think leaving changed her, put a curve in her back that only an airport seat going in the opposite direction of them could love, as if she wouldn't have metamorphosed the minute there was a change of scenery, cocooned in her mother's house for far too long. The minute she left, she learned of echoes that bounced off shiny pamphlets full of beautiful things. None of those things ever being her town or favorite shop. A knowledge like that begged to be kept in her mind, begged to be returned to. So when she visited, the echoes followed, and all anyone could talk about was how much weight they held, she held. Y'all know how folks like to talk, how they spot foreigners from their smell alone. And yes, my mother grew up there, but the body she presented in didn't. Neither did her voice, tongue tight with pronunciations that weren't there before, pronunciations that I reminded her of every day of my youth, because going to school saying orange instead of orange was psychological warfare. And is it so wrong to want to feel normal? My normal became requests to hear my Jamaican accent and giggles hidden behind lunchboxes, and I think I would have preferred the gift of whispers too. But back to my mother, in our country of Trinidad and Tobago, not Jamaica. I call it, I call it our country here, but me, I never lived there. Her second American-born child grasping for memories from an island that offered me none, knew nothing of me, only hearing whispers of who my mother was from time to time in an island so hot. The cold still greeted me before the people. They'd fly away to their homes as their noses caught scent of me, complaining when the air couldn't carry me to them. I was nothing but the body of a daughter claimed by a body of a woman they used to know. So now, I take only small bites of culture at a time, just enough to keep me living till our next visit. I imagine the younger me could have kept up in conversation. Now I stay quiet, only speaking when spoken to, afraid that they might decide that I am just like my mother, a growing, foreign thing, a nightmare of an echo, a lost forever memory. So what is a smile to a foreigner but a laugh behind closed doors? This isn't normal, is it? To belong nowhere? Homesick for a place that has never, will never want me. Thank you.
Yeah, she did.
Like, are you kidding me right now? And that's the thing, because Takier is also very quiet too. When she's like, she's like, and then she gets behind the mic and she's like, Rah! Woo, thank you so much, Takier. Thank you so much. That's beautiful. Give it up for Takier one more time. Incredible, incredible. All right, I'm ready, y'all. I'm ready. The stage is hot. Okay, y'all ready for your next poet? Say next poet. Next poet. Kenny Carroll the third. The third is a writer from DC. He was the 2017 DC Youth Poet Laureate and in 2019 received the Thomas Lux Scholarship from Sarah Lawrence. Say, okay, accolades. He is a Watering Hole Brooklyn Poets and Obsidian Fellow and was selected by Roger Reeves as a 2023 Cave Canem Starshine and Clay Fellow. You can find him online at KennyC113. And his answer to the question of the day was, and you can do with this answer what you want, all gum. Give it up for Kenny!
Y'all feeling good? Yeah. You feeling good? Say yeah. Yeah. You feeling good? Say yeah. Yeah. Hey, yo, Kanye act like history hasn't taught us what happens to men who name themselves God. Like you aren't your own worst enemy. Like you don't still leave your blue blood on your mother's knuckles. Aren't you tired of chasing your own shadow through the corridors of pop culture? Stumbling like you're still running on concrete, busted like a boy you could have been. And I'm saying there's more than one kind of trap. And I'm saying making out isn't always getting out. And I'm saying money never made the man, but it has made monsters. Poem. How y'all feeling tonight? Cool. My name is Kenny. I'm me. And you're you. It's nice to meet you. Are y'all actually feeling good? Has it been a good night for y'all? Yeah. That was like, they was like, it's 2024, Mo. Don't even ask that anymore. But yes, I'm Kenny. I have a book called Making It Home. Oh, thank you. You guys didn't have to do that. But that poem I just did is featured in here. If you would like to buy it, I have copies. Thank you so much to the Kennedy Center for having us. Go Kennedy Center, woo. Thank you to Franky J. Can we do a big round of applause for Alexa Patrick, actually? A super dope poet, as well as a person who brings people together. And my Aquarius family, you know, like it's been 2024. So we here for them. Cool. So I'm excited to sit down and just watch the rest of this show with y'all. So I'm gonna do this poem and then we're gonna get out of here. If that sounds good, say yeah. Yeah. Perfect. This piece begins with an epigraph. The epigraph is, Revolution, make sure y'all can hear me. Revolution is a struggle to the death between the future and the past. So this is our past versus our future. Our past of white phosphorus, of border walls, of buildings full of people falling like hands, full of prayer, like the sky and fear of the sky. Past of night, lit not by stars but bombs falling, nights with nightmares but no sleep. O past of tears dried with soot, of journalists writing their own eulogy, of men approaching from rubble with no limbs and no way to say I was here. Past of prison, of children taken at checkpoints, oh strangled flowers, oh God, return them. Oh past, give us back grandmother's songs, olive tree shade, children's fattened cheeks and smile. Past, show me the killers, tearing into the land till it remembers only metal. Metal of bulldozers, metal of tanks, metal of drones, metal of the dollar, its tireless blade, past of politicians and their assurances, appeals to humanity, moral stances, and immoral action. If you can explain away children's blood, then I must forget to listen. Past of innocent press, with many eyes but no mouth. If you cannot speak of the blood, then I must be the one to speak it, to tell the people of the way for years and years it beat inside a faultless body, a body that was not allowed to leave or go home, who loved another person, love red and true as blood, who loved their country, whose death was not fast or manageable, whose last words echo down history's halls, whose blood stains our silence, our hearts odd as theirs placed messily into our chest. The red of their blood rises in our belly like any sickness, flows and joins the river of their flag, red, green, white, and black. Oh, past of shame, we did not speak till the bombs began to fall. How many could we have saved? Past, oh past, pushing on our shoulders, trying to lead us forward. We cannot follow, we cannot forgive you, we cannot forget you. Past of martyrs, past of shame, past of loss, living in our chest like a wound. Thank you.
You lowering the mic like that felt like a microaggression. I just want to say that. Now, why is it doing this? Kenny. You broke Kenny. Okay, give it up for Kenny one more time. Also, the way you like pointed and say Kanye, it made me feel like Kanye was here. He's gonna be like, what? And like stand up. Anyway, y'all, Mahogany Books is also in the building. Give it up for Mahogany Books. Just like Kenny, we have multiple authors on this stage right now, and Mahogany Books will be selling copies of books after the show, and you can get them signed. If that sounds good, say yeah. Listen, y'all better read. Y'all like read? I love read. Okay, sorry, let me stop. Y'all, we have one more poet until we get to our feature, and this poet's incredible. I'm so excited she's here. Gaelyn Smith. Make some noise for Gaelyn Smith. All right. Gaelyn Smith is a digital content creator, actor, writer, poet, and creative producer, okay? She received her BFA in acting from Syracuse University, earning the Marsha Moore Award for Excellence in Dramatic Acting. Okay, you gotta put the emphasis on the ting, okay, because it's important. Emphasis, okay? She also received her master's in television, radio, and film from the SI Newhouse School of Public Communications. She is an accomplished spoken word artist, winning Grand Slam champion of the DCU Slam team in 2016, Louder Than a Bomb in 2015 and 2016, and many other awards. When I asked Gaelyn the question of the day, her response was, and I can't hold her, hot tamales. Okay? They are nasty. Okay, give it up for Gaelyn.
The question was, what candy can we live without? There you go. Hey, y'all, how y'all doing? Amazing. All right. If I am both black and woman, do I even exist? Magazines do not reflect back to me images of my own beauty. Mainstream stores label my hair as ethnic and only give me a few options. TV shows present me with weak-willed and easily influenced women who cannot function without men. Am I important? In a world where my sisters can disappear, their songs stop being sung when our attention spans start becoming shorter than their own lives. We might sing about you when you're gone, and few others will sing about you when you're here. I have learned that black girl be forgotten. Black girl be mystery. Black girl stand up a little bit straighter so that they can see you. Black girl pronounce the endings of words so that they can understand you. Black girl relax your grandmother's stories out of your hair. Black girl be light. Black girl be agreeable. Black girl smile and hide the pain of knowing you're always gonna be 2 steps behind. Correction. Going to. You are always going to be 2 steps behind. You will never be equal. And when you articulate your story, you will always be angry. Black girl. That will always be the adjective they use to confine you. But remember, you are not just black girl. For my colored girls who have considered perming, plucking, straightening, silencing, starving, running, hiding, or conforming for anyone else, don't. Be you. We are both Beyonce and Lupita and everything else in between. We are more than our bodies. We are both struggles and success. We are both pronunciation and dropping off endings. We tend to roll our necks and use our hands because it helps us express ourselves better. We are not just black and woman. These titles should never confine us. So my sisters, be beautiful, be bold, fly, and I promise we will sing about you. So it's Black History Month, if we didn't know, And so I am currently an actor in the Drunk Shakespeare cast, and one of the things I've been doing during my drunk shows is replacing my toast with Black History Month facts. And did you all know that the first black person ever to win an Academy Award was Hattie McDaniel for her role in Gone with the Wind in 1939? And so this poem is for her. When I win my first Oscar for Best Actress in a Supporting Role, I will say, look how far I have come. Or rather, how far God has taken me. I am blessed beyond belief. I will remember nights spent crying in the dorms of my high school that was not built for me, enclosed by white fences that sometimes felt more in danger than protect, haunted by the ghost of women who wanted my school to be a haven from girls like me. Girls like me who know about hustle, are made of God and grind with praying grandmothers that do magic like raising kids up out of DC, like this world could be bigger than DC, like you can do anything with 15 cents in some direction. You can open the doors of this world even though they have closed themselves to you. And I will remember how I felt when my college counselor told me with the purest of intentions that Syracuse University was out of reach, as if I hadn't been reaching my whole life, as if I wasn't made of more ambition than reality, and how I laughed in faith, how I knew that at 30 years old I would be Black girl excellent, how I knew that I would be all Academy Award winning. Those long nights spent reading longer books, trying to understand even longer equations would get me here. Like I knew those textbooks were just stepping stones to my success, stepping stones to my security. And I knew I would give my father the world for the price of my education. And I knew that I would be all right without some man holding me down, or rather holding me back from my blessing. Success is 3 parts grind and 1 part showing up. And I knew that if I spit shine my dreams, they would turn into a reality. And look how far I done came with my black girl magic, how I learned it from women around me. Women who fear God and laugh at men confused enough to think they are him. Women who did what they had to do, who played mother to me when I so desperately needed one, who never made me feel offset between the commas but capitalized my name in the sentence like I belonged there. Women that taught me that I could be anything, taught me the power of words and the value of finding my own voice so that I could use it to get me here. Success does not happen to us, rather we happen to it. When they asked me about my future, I always knew that it would be bright. Like somehow I always knew I would end up exactly where I was supposed to be, but look at how God has blessed me. how he has used me to be a blessing to others. At 25, all I want is to be nominated for an Academy Award. Now my name is in conversation with the best. Viola Davis, Octavia Spencer, Lupita Nyong'o, Hattie McDaniel, and me. Little me who somehow always missed the call for dinner, always squeezing on the corners and reaching for crumbs. I guess I finally have a seat at the table now, don't I? Thank you.
Shoot, there's another bar. Okay. 5, 6, 5, 6. There's something about it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. Yo, give it up for Gaelyn one more time. Jesus. Y'all, listen, I told you, I was like, our lineup is stacked. It's stacked. Y'all having a good time? Yeah. Word. Okay. Okay. Are you ready for your featured poet? No. I said, are y'all ready for your featured poet? Because I'm not about to bring her up here if you're not making noise. If you choose to. Okay, Jasmine Mans, y'all. Jasmine Mans is a Black American poet, artist from Newark, New Jersey. She graduated from the University of Wisconsin-Madison with a bachelor's in African American Studies. Her debut collection of poetry, Chalk Outlines of Snow Angels, was published in 2012. Her collection, Black Girl Call Home, was published in 2021. It's for sale. It's right here today. Mans is the resident poet of Newark Public Library. She was a member of the Strivers Row Collective. And as someone who's had the pleasure of witnessing Jasmine work, like I said, she is a giant. She is fierce. She is someone that, you know, I look toward and who I learned from, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for you and your work and for your presence here. And also, when I asked her what candy the world could do without, Jasmine said, all candy. Because she cares about her teeth, though, okay? So it's all right. But y'all, please, don't stop it. You better show Jasmine some love. Please give a round of applause for Jasmine. Thank you.
I stared at a picture of Dorothy Dandridge and Harry Belafonte, wondered if we still fight the same or bite the same, if they ever made more love than sense, if they ever stared at our generation and just wondered where all the fireflies went. Did they all die, or did they just not find us worth the light? Did they not find us worthy enough of them dressing to the nines in their shine, just waiting to become falling stars between the hands of a blushing girl in front of another, just waiting to give up her audacity and her world? I promise you that if I died tonight in these sheets, I would still want you next to me. Like this love survived all of those riots. I know when you are scared. I held your hand when the hurricane came. Pass me my lighter. I'm sorry I made you cry. I don't care if you cry. I will always wipe your tears when you cry. Like, I know you did not give me permission to, but I already started asking God about you. I told him if he doesn't mind, I'd like to make it to heaven before you do. To run your bathwater and to make you a plate, to turn your TV to your favorite channel, then turn it off and make you believe that you left it that way. And I vowed to never to open the door for a scent other than yours. And I promise to always remember your scent, and that we will laugh at everything that hurt when we were humans. Like when we were poor, When we slept on our bedroom floor on Leslie Street, when we only had water and grilled cheese, the moment you said, baby, I may not have any money, but I got a soft spot and a melody and a pair of arms that could rock you to sleep. So what? You thinking about taking a chance on me? I met a girl who holds me like she's fighting for me in her sleep. If you ever decide to age, love, invite me. I will retire my bones to make you tea and to read you poetry. I know she's having a bad dream when she grinds her teeth. She always finds my body in her sleep. For the nights I cannot give you my mind, may you take my muscle memory. Love me like you are not waiting on my apology. Like God tattooed peace signs on both our wrists, dropped you off across the world and told you to come find me. And you found me somewhere reading poetry. For the nights I cannot pick myself up off the floor, we'll build a fort. My body was made for you to sleep inside of. You make me want to straighten up things around here. You touch me like you met my body in a past life. Can I love you past life? Into the parts of eternity that stay night, but it doesn't matter because we are already wrapped in everything that we loved and lived for. You make me feel like I can't die and like this is eternal life at the same time. Like I'm down to take a chance on you. Like I messed with you and I would mess someone up for you. Like your weed is my weed. Like I will always hide like I want you to come find me. So find me. When I met you, I still had bruises from my last relationship, and that's not a metaphor. I wore long sleeves and you held me like I was something you were going to put all of your apologies into. I knew we weren't right for each other, but we were both desperate for something at the same time. So we happened. We didn't happen well, but we happened. I still wonder if your tangles still worry about your face. If you get hot in the middle of the night, if you've traded in my memory for the weighted blanket of another woman who has an apologetic body like the one I had, who's flattered by the way you roll your R's and your God into places they never belonged, flattered by the way you play pretend. How many Bible verses did you bend to fit that woman's body where mine had been? My mother still asks about you, and I don't wish to tell her that I lost yet another pair of earrings, that I left your smell on my sheets until they grayed something funky, that I forced my body to sleep in a bed with a lying woman and never apologized to myself for the restlessness when you cheated on me. I still fried you fish, made you eggs and cheese grits, still loved you enough to send you off on a full stomach. I learned that sometimes your lovers will turn coward before your eyes, and you must decide if you want to stay around long enough to call them one. If you want to watch the pee roll down a grown woman's legs, how come you let the things you love grow sour? How come you couldn't be more of a Christian than a coward? How come you hide me like I'm ugly? How come you treat me like you don't love me? I know that you lied to me because you don't want me to know you this way, but love, we are this way. And who am I not to give you enough grace to let you go? I'd rather love you alone than love you a liar. You held the part of my sleep pattern that reminded me that morning was coming. But now night is just night, love. And I've discovered that alone is way better than lied to. You cheated on me. And we still had sex like I was grateful. Like I was trying to undo the memory of the woman who found her way into my woman and my back door, into places that she could only reach if you let her. So love, where did you let her? How many times did you let her? And you know, I still want to earn myself up a good memory in your bones. And you know, sometimes I want to say that I'll come back for you. but I learned not to make promises. Learned that I don't own enough of forever to give it to nobody. You know, sometimes I wonder if the woman who broke my heart ate dinner, if she's full, if she's eaten well, if she remembered to take the clothes out the washing machine to put them in the dryer, or if she'll have to repeat the cycle all over again. You look hungry. Like that girl don't make you no fried chicken or macaroni and cheese. Like she don't fill you on the inside. Like you haven't had a home-cooked meal since your mama died. You look like you lost the psalm in your own song, like you want to talk to God, but you're afraid because y'all ain't spoken so long. Do you tell your daughter about me, how we were bittersweet, to never mess with entertainers because they always leave? That he'll get on and he'll leave your ass for a white girl and he'll give her your eyes, your language, your waist, damn near try to give her your face, and somewhere in his post-traumatic twisted fantasy, he'll make it all okay, but what's the worth in loving a man who's lost his smile anyway? When Kim messes up the lyrics to The College Dropout like them white folks used to mess up your name, do you pretend not to notice? Do you regret the Marilyn Monroe in your decisions and wish you could have taken Billie Holiday as your bride? Do you ever want to run back to your wedding day and have it all over on the South Side? Do you wake up in the middle of the night and just think that she wasn't the right girl? Like maybe you should have found one of them I like art type girls. Can you hear all the black kids calling your name, wondering why the boy who rapped about his mama getting arrested for the sit-ins didn't sit in, why he traded in his Nat Turner for Ralph Lauren? Do you know how many kids at the protest had your sneakers on? None of them. Do you know how many of your songs were played at the protests? All of them. Could you hear all of the lights, the flashing lights, the new slaves, the runaways on their road to redemption, waiting for Kanye West to have the whole world at attention? Boy, they got you quiet. Like, how come only at award shows he riots? Maybe Jesus was all talk. Jesus never needed Adidas to walk. Why is he outlining sneakers when the South Side is outlined in chalk? Can someone go and find the man who can make a diamond with his own bare hands? We are looking for you because these kids still want to be just like you, want to rap and make soul beats just like you, even though you just not you, even though you traded in your spaceship to buy back your 40 acres and a mule, purchased the plantation and master's daughters too. Nigga, why you got them white folks claiming you? Like they built you, like they made you, like they polished you, like they ready them a good for the picking, like they got you for sale. Oh, how they love Kanye. Let's put them all in front of the store like you, their black boy. You forgot you black boy. They got you lost in this world. You getting blackmailed for that white girl. You don't see how your lies is affecting me. You don't see how our lives were supposed to be? And I never let a nigga get that close to me. And you ain't cracked up to what you were supposed to be. I guess it's bittersweet poetry. Mama said the bomb wasn't meant for me. I think it was meant for Pastor Martin because he be having them dreams. Maybe those white men didn't know that little black girls, we be going to church too, and we be folding our hands, and we be praying, and we be taking communion just like their daughters do. Maybe if I wore my church shoes, the bad men would have never came for me, you know. I knew they matched my dress, but they always just be hurting my feet. I'd be thinking, did God christen the bombs that exploded my flesh into sacrifice? And do anybody be hearing them sacrificial scriptures spoken in tongues claiming Christ before everything went boom? before the smoke and rubble baptized these collapsing bones, maybe if they knew that we were like the most beautiful flowers, right before the wind and the dirt began playing tug of war with the most delicate of our petals, Mama said, it only took one man to die for the sins of this entire world. So how did that man let this church tremble on my soul? And I don't remember there being enough holy water to stop the smoke or to calm the burning. Mama said some heartbreaks just be too hard to swallow at communion, that some serpents be finding salvation in baptismal pools, that some church mice be screaming America's dirty little secrets. Mama said that some deaths will just be too black and too white to be labeled holy, that some sacrifice comes without permission, that some sacrifice comes without fair warning, that God can't always protect you from the boogeyman. So some baby girls will reach the pearly gates and they won't ever be tall enough to turn the handle. But Mama said some men will just be too guilty to ever claim their innocence with God. But what did I do? I never wanted to play with the white girls. I never asked for integration. I wanted roller skates, maybe an extra piece of cake after dinner time. Sometimes I'd be thinking like maybe God was too busy trying to protect Martin to think about us, because I ain't never asked for that man's tree. But Mama just keeps saying that his dream just been asking for me. I know courage is a little girl screaming from the rubble, I can wait, go find my mother first. I know that a child who picks up arms to keep you from killing his family is not a terrorist. I know that the government is building robots to kill immigrant children. I know it is easier to build machines to kill immigrant children. I know that the only thing can outrun a bullet is a faster man with another bullet. I know places where children get killed in schools. I know other places where children don't get to go to school. I know that we kill people and occupy foreign countries to maintain an illusion of peace. I know that it almost costs $800 billion to maintain an illusion of peace. I know that if you go looking for danger, you will eventually create it, publish it, practice it, and call it everything but propaganda, a forgery of misfortune. I know that every war criminal has a God and an appetite. I know countries where the greedy starve the hungry and the hungry are murdered for being needy. I know that if you pay for freedom in dead bodies, it is not freedom at all. I know that children are turning into dust, but they be brown children, concentration camp children. Palestinian babies ain't worth nothing on the international market. Children are born under bombs, and we won't get to outlive this terror. And you have the nerve to teach freedom in classrooms, parade your righteous ignorance. You kill their children and wonder why they hate you. There is a genocide on brown bodies everywhere, and you gaslight us like you are not trying to kill us. You call us stubborn when we refuse to die. Call us violent when we fight back, dangerous when we defend our homes. Call us terrorists when we don't bow to your God, but who your God be? Who your God be if you don't see him in your neighbor? But who your God be if you serve a God that you can betray and throw away? But who your God be? Who your God be? I got one more poem to go. I just want to show gratitude to my fellow poets. It's a pleasure to stand amongst you all. It's a pleasure to be here at the Kennedy Center. Thank you. I know Gloria Brown lives on South 14th Street in the South Ward, and she served as a lunch lady at George Washington Carver Elementary School before she retired. At 12 p.m. every day, she gave Calvin Chambers an extra milk with his lunch because that was my little brother's best friend and our next door neighbor. She fed Calvin until he was old enough to go to high school. His older brother, Al Tariq, died somewhere in a high-speed police chase. His funeral was held at Cotton. Bergen Street stands like an old man who was an artist back in the day, but has since painted his kidneys a whiskey color. Round here, you don't need to be Muslim to say Assalamu alaikum, because when you walk into King's restaurant, there'll be a 4'11" black woman who will ask you for your God and your order, and she don't care if you've made up your mind. You have 10 seconds to respond with, Assalamu alaikum, my sister, I'll go with catfish, cheese grits, cheese eggs, wheat toast, butter and jelly, and an uptown, please. I come from a city that always had enough home to come home to, a city that sometimes only responds to its Muslim name, a city that rolls its eyes and holds its baby tight on the 27 bus because it's going to be 4 more months before mama gets a new car. So back door, bus driver, back door, we got places to go. The Source of Knowledge bookstore be the only black bookstore downtown, and they'll tell you about Broad Street before all the white folks got here. It's summer 2020, and all of Benet and Tyrone's 3 black kids graduated from college. They keep their degrees in the china cabinet, and when they cook, they wear one of those "my baby went to a good school" t-shirts. There's a mother in the West Ward praying her child through college, and sometimes she'll sing it, and other times she'll scream it, but that prayer is going to last her all of the days of her life. And the water ain't clean here, but Auntie Joyce is. And she been clean for a minute now, and she got an apartment, and she sees her grandbabies every weekend. And the Leslie Street Block Association, they still have block parties. They be a group of old black folks who never got too scared of their grandbabies to celebrate them or to pray for them. So Miss Shorter gonna have a cookout, Keisha gonna have a cookout, Uncle Charlie is gonna have a cookout, and you ain't gonna worry about the roaches because Mama said everybody gonna stay in that room, and she don't wanna hear a breath or us slip a finger until she say so. And the street gonna be blocked off, and the city gonna sing, and Nana gonna listen to trap music because all of her grandbabies are in the same backyard at the same time. And when the electric slide comes on, the people will dance, and your daddy, he's gonna show up, and he gonna bring you your new bike, and he's gonna promise to never leave. And Nana, y'all, Nana made potato salad, and she mixed it with her whole arm, and it's gonna be 8 p.m. until the sun comes up. So you better stop by here now. You better stop by here and come get you a plate.
America has a problem.
When I say second, y'all say win. Second, second. I say get live, you say again get live. The thing is, it was too fast. Because we're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it again. I'm not an MC. Okay, I'm an MC at this event, but not like a da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? All right. When I say second, y'all say win. Second, second. I say get live. You say again, get live. Get live. Whew, that was good. Give a round of applause to yourselves. And give a round of applause for Jasmine Mans. That was incredible. That was incredible. I don't know what I have to do in order to embody what you just did. I don't know if I need to take off my shoes. I got a hole in my sock. It's gonna be embarrassing. It might. Yeah, I know. Let him use it. Through the hole, the earth will, the soul. Anyway. All right, y'all ready for our next poet? Say next poet. Drew Droopy Anderson is founder and co-host of Spit Dat, the longest running open mic in the nation's capital, a nationally credentialed teaching artist and DC Commission on the Arts and Humanities Fellow. Drew has merged his passions for entertainment and education into such arts integrations initiatives as Spoof School and Crunk Academy, bringing his unique spin on hip hop, comedy, parody, drama, and poetry to stages virtual and physical, local, and international. And I didn't ask you the question, Drew. Candy corn. Candy corn. He says, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Okay? Y'all, please give a round of applause for Drew Anderson.
Okay. First of all, sorry I'm late. I had to get dressed. Second of all, Jasmine Mans. That's it. Third of all, freedom fighters in this, fight for independence. Watch me crank that Malcolm X, that Malik Shabazz, let's go. Huey for Booker T, Huey W.E.B., Huey Sojourner Truth, Huey Nat Turner too. Medgar Evers did a lot, Malcolm X gone not forgot. Kwame Ture, he gets props, shout out to Coretta Scott. When I crank that MLK, we shall be overcoming it. Freeing slaves, I carry it, Tubman and Frederick Douglass. Huey, but I'm Gandhi on them haters, cuz when I crank that Rosa Parks, they had to integrate the buzz. The Black Panther Party and Angela Davis hate. CIA mad cause Asada's an expatriate. Freedom fighters in this, fight for independence. Watch me crank that Malcolm X, that Malik Shabazz, let's go. Huey for Booker T, Huey W.E.B., Huey Sojourner Truth, Huey Nat Turner too. Happy Black History Month. I didn't crank the whole thing. I didn't. I know you were ready though. People. I like to start this poem with a quote from the postmodernist philosophical film Batman Begins. Justice is about creating harmony. Revenge is about you making yourself feel better. Welcome to the misinformation age, where we have unprecedented access to madness which no one bothers to fact check. And everything a person can do wrong in an argument, we're doing it more publicly, passionately, and often, kid. See, right thinks the middle is left. Left thinks the middle's right. Middle keeps getting hit with spit, and left and right spittle fight. And nuance is truly lost once the middle is silenced, which only leaves demagogues, extremism, and violence. Confirmation bias, a worse crime than doubting Thomas. He just believed what he could see. We just believe what we acknowledge. See, when swimming in a sea of opinions, we tend to get seasick. So we only seek opinions which we already agree with. Fake news. Falsehood flies, truth limps along. Lies will lap the truth, then be at the finish line like, finish strong. See, I'm not sure it's her quote, but I'll give Lovey Ajayi the credit. Lies will go around the world 3 times while the truth is still dressing. Cult of personality. Not so much what is said, but rather who be saying it determines the way in which it's read. And if your argument is strong, I cannot just defer, so I'll just change the whole subject with a non sequitur. And even though my counter-argument falls ridiculously, I'll just conflate concepts to confuse you, false equivalency. All these lapses in logic, I have yet to show the worst, because good old cancel culture about to get its own verse. Now, cancel culture, is it really just adult accountability? Well, if we break down the root word, then we can really see. See, you can't hold someone accountable with no account. Thus, an untrustworthy one was called no count or no account. So what is an account? Rapport, some basis for relationship. But cancellation ain't the same as redemption or trying to save something. It's bent on punishment. We binge on revenge, but does the penance fit the sin or the means justified by the ends? Cancel culture, say or do the wrong thing and you're through. Well, what's the right thing to do? It's not my job to educate you. Oh, okay, great. Let's say it ain't your job to educate. Should it then be your job to humiliate or eliminate? See, that's why I call it gotcha, because they can't wait to spot you, affiliated with what they hate and add you to their roster. And if you still don't feel me, well, in this last part it's on. I'm about to show you how all the above combine to form the perfect storm. Now, let's say someone starts a rumor about you. Plainly, it ain't true, but no one checks for evidence, so it becomes true. Well, that's fake. Thank you. This is Mad Libs poetry. I know. This is Mad Libs poetry. Y'all can talk, all right? Just talk at the right parts. Check this out. Someone starts a rumor about you. Plainly, it ain't true, but no one checks for evidence, so it becomes true. Well, that's fake. I knew y'all were alive. Can't see you, but I feel you. Now, if I already don't like you, but I do like the liars, then that's cult of personality and confirmation. So you defend yourself. And I respond with the most non-topical nonsense you ever heard. That's a non sequitur. Jasmine, they know Latin. The topic was your issues. I make it about your shoes. And you be like, y'all, really? Well, that's a false equivalent. You took it halfway through the word. You finished my word. Thank you. Then we have the nerve to believe that all the worst things that ever happened in history would never happen again, you see. But imbecilically, we'll see the same thing cyclically until the day that we all learn to think critically. Thank you.
Turn the music up in the headphones. Tim, you can go and brush your shoulder off. And I got you. Yeah, if you feeling like a pimp.
We don't have time for me to brush my shoulder off. We got more poets to get to. Thank you so much. Listen, this is a new suit. There better not be any dust on this shoulder. You know what I mean? This is new. All right, y'all ready for the next poet? Say next poet. Next poet. All right, Tatiana Figueroa Ramirez, born in Puerto Rico. Tatiana has received fellowships from Vana Voices and Anafra Arts, having worked with Willie Perdomo and Denez Smith. Her work has been featured in MSNBC's Leguizamo Does America, in the Accentos Review, among other publications, and also on TV. If you ever seen that Giant commercial, Tatiana be on the Giant commercial and be like, come to Giant. I'm paraphrasing, but she wants you to go. Tatiana is the author of Coconut Curls y Café con Leche, published in 2019, and Despojo in 2020. Give it up for Tatiana Figueroa Ramirez. Also, you can come up. When I asked Tatiana the question of the day, she said, chunky bars? Do y'all know? See, I knew you made it up. You tell them what it is, though.
Okay, Drew, say it a little bit louder. Thank you. Y'all know. Alexa, I know you're vegan, but I will buy you a chunky bar just so you know it is real, okay? And sorry to my mom, because that is one of her favorite candies, so. English says, to be a mother and to mother, I should give birth. Birth as in have a human emerge from me, breathing life into lungs and screams into throat. English says this is dated, as in I can be a mother and have nothing with life released from me, as in I can be a mother and never feel a kick to wake me from my sleep. I can be a mother and not question my body's purpose. I can be a mother and not have to choose between this path or that one. I can be a mother and never have a beating heart emerge from me. And in English, I claim I am a mother. And in Spanish, I claim it too. Soy una madre. And in every language, because it is so. I have mothered my garden, bamboo and palm for their color to return and never leave, leaves extended to embrace me as their son. I have mothered my home, it now a nest for beats and breaths to drum in peace, forbidding cold air to ever enter. I have mothered the golden, attempting to crawl into me, he believing me the dam to his litter, I the source of his milk. I have mothered children born black and brown, looking for mirrors made in their shapes and poems that speak their names. I have mothered my husband, a boy grown man into man as his own lives 7,000 miles away to wonder what his life has become. I have mothered an empty womb. It's still only contracting to evacuate eggs unused to birth anything with life. I have mothered. I say it is so, and the languages say so, I mothering with care for a lifetime like each day my newborn. and many will deny I have earned the right to crown myself mother. Well, look at me now. My core swollen to bloom a lioness pup, forged from the warmth and fight of fire. She blessed by the flow and force of water. She a beast, bursting to be birthed in a wave of singing spirits. Her life undeniable, her arrival unmistakable, her existence incomparable. And she, the greatest being I have mothered yet. So there was a need for clarification earlier. I am pregnant. So yeah. Yes, this bump is a human in here. Tony, you caught up, right? So, and also much love to Alexa for putting us all together. Shout out to all the dope poets that have touched the stage. Y'all are going to love Tony, who is closing us out. Jasmine, absolutely beautiful. And thank you to all of you for being here tonight. Alexa, no, I love you because this is the last one before baby comes, so. Yeah, I need maternity leave, okay? Things my daughter must know. You are beautiful. Be your complexion a cluster of quartz, a cousin of liquid bronze, or pure ebony that flows into the garden of black gardenias kissing your skull. Each coily petal caresses your mind that must know you are beautiful. I'm sorry if you don't hear it enough. Know you were born into a world that thinks you too much, too smart, too bold, too revolutionary, a world too small to contain you. No governments exist that wish I did not have you. You, the daughter of an open sea blessed by Jemaja herself. You, the descendant of warriors. You, the child of your own pure being. You are beautiful. Know you are loved and deserve to be loved. You must know not everyone will love you. You will be called out of your name. You will be touched without your consent. Respect cannot be taught. You must know you don't deserve this. Know you are better than this. You will fight this. My baby girl, my blood runs through you. From the way you may think too much down to the point in your toe, you are my child. Know I was strong. Death and I acquainted. Tears preserve sanity. Even in silence, I ran away into line breaks and metaphors. Escape if you must. You with the names Milka, Monserrate, Evelyn, Mariana, spelling the smart words on your tongue, forming your fingers into fists in the air, pushing breath into laughter. Know those names were strong. They smile and survive through you. Know you are strong. I hope you don't have to be, but you must know you are strong. You, woman molded in Chango's fire with the force of Ochun's rushing rivers. You, a mother of tomorrow, resisting the restraints placed on you, you will move forward. Mija. But remember Callejon Bosque, the concrete cradle where islandites rocked me to sleep with coquille lullabies. Don't forget El Caribe, where your ancestors built you a home. You must know our homes. You must know your homes. You, Boricua, with bomba beats pulsing through your chest and salsa rhythms rolling off of your hips. You, Caribeña, with boleros breathing through your gaze and merengue mixing into your scent. You, a dream thought impossible. You must know you are Puerto Rican. You must know you are black. You must know you are loved. You must know you are strong. You must know you are smart. You must know you are fierce. You must know you are bold. You must know you are a revolution. My daughter, you must know you are beautiful.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And Tatiana, I don't know if you already have a name chosen, but I have a suggestion. We'll talk. All right. I know we're running a little bit over time, so we have one more poet for you. If that's okay, say word. Word. Anthony Tony Keith Jr., PhD. Is a Black American gay poet, spoken word artist, and hip-hop educational leader from Washington, D.C. He is author of the young adult memoir in verse, How the Boogeyman Became a Poet, available in Mahogany Books right outside, and the young adult poetry collection, Knucklehead, which is forthcoming from Catherine Teagan Books at HarperCollins. A multi-year fellow of the DC Commission on the Arts and Humanities and Humanities DC. Tony is CEO of EdMC Academy and lives with his husband, Harry Christian III, in his DC hometown. Please give it up for Tony Keith Jr.
Go, Missy Elliott, Lord. Come on now. Peace, everybody. Good evening. Because we on some kind of time, I'm gonna just get right to it. The title of my book, I want to shout it out. It came out February 6th. It's called How the Boogeyman Became a Poet. It is a, thank you, shout out to HarperCollins. We're talking about Big Five. It is a young adult memoir written in verse, so it takes place between spring 1999 and fall 2000. So it's 17-year-old Tony. Yes, I was 18 in 1999. I look great, I know. And so I'm going to read a little bit from this book, and then I'm going to spit a poem because it's all related. That's all right with y'all? Fantastic. Legend has it, my being here was a close call, too. Apparently, Ma, 23, pregnant, unplanned, with me, drove a four-door powder-gray Dodge Diplomat with tires that foolishly assumed the tread on their rubber wheels were deep enough to skate slick on smooth black ice during cold winter. Round rubber dummies didn't test themselves first. Crash! Me and Ma, us, we slide like lava on concrete water. Her belly becomes an inflated safety airbag, bracing all my bouncing. We both survive unscathed, save for the 23 railroad stitches Ma had stapled across her forehead. I remain submerged, baked golden brown, birthed by scalding summer. Ma always tells the story of our accident whenever she's explaining to other people why I am the way I am. Her baby, funny, curious, clever, smiling, singing, dancing, joyful, carefree, bright, showy, a ball of colorful energy, making life fun for us all. She'll say to them while looking at me, something must have happened to him because that boy ain't been right since. And then she'll chuckle with a sweet laugh that don't hurt. Unlike last year, when I turned 16 and Pop echoed Ma's tale with a gallon of sour sugar that still stings me in some place I don't yet have language for. And for real, I'm far too afraid to discover what it might actually mean because whenever I think about what my father actually said, the boogeyman creeps out from some dark corner of my bedroom closet and I can't get any sleep at night. Pop had just got out of rehab again. He called to wish me happy birthday. After confirming that I was indeed being a good boy by reading my Bible, I was not. And praying for my salvation every day, I was not. He goes, 1 Corinthians 2:9 says, eyes have not seen, nor ears have heard, nor has it entered the heart of man the things that God has prepared for you. I'm proud of you, son. But as a baby, you cried so daggone much, I thought you were gonna grow up to be a sissy or something. Thank you. This book is about how I became a first-generation college student, how I came out of the closet as gay, and how I discovered poetry is just sort of like my voice. So inside this book are actually handwritten copies of poems I wrote as a kid, and they all in here. So this poem that I'm gonna do is actually the epilogue of the book, and the last line in this poem is where the title comes from. It does require a little bit of audience participation, and Alexa already set this up. So y'all are gonna, if you're able to, do me a favor, put your hand in front of you like this. Say, hey, hand. I want you to take your palm, say, hey, palm. I want you to take that palm, I want you to pat yourself on the back, say, good job, me. I'm proud of myself. I love myself. I want you to take that same hand, if you're comfortable, be sure to ask your neighbor, pat somebody else in the back and say, good job, you. I appreciate you. Glad you're here. You're a human being, right? Yes, acknowledge each other's humanity. This poem is for anybody who has not heard, especially today or ever, how great you are. I write in this book about how I internalized racism and homophobia and poverty as a kid and not believing in how great I naturally came into the world. And so this poem is for all of y'all. Also, I should say this book is available in hard copy first. And I self-narrated the audiobook, and it's also available in Kindle. So y'all got 3 formats, and it's available everywhere. Okay. We fear what we love. Y'all, being awesome is a monster trapped inside of closets that watches us asleep, that steals our dreams in the dark, and when we awake, y'all, we forget how amazing we could be if we just turned the lights on. If we just pulled the cover from over our eyes, placed our feet on the ground, and boldly proclaimed that we are not afraid of greatness, that no matter how many nights we shiver, scared of our own success, y'all, we will at some point get a full night's rest and we will rise with the sun. And like the sun, y'all, we will be bright and blinding and bold and hot and huge, and people will need us to survive the cold and the night. And we will awaken, y'all, as warriors of weary, as soldiers of failure, as griots of fate, armed with weapons of mass construction. We will build ourselves a fortress of power, protecting ourselves from hating to be loved, and our capacity to be godlike, and our right to be present, and our calling to be parents to offsprings of our victories, and ancestors to heartbreak and loneliness, and empty pockets and grumbling bellies and confusion and altar reflections. And we will no longer hold our pillows too tight at night wishing it were a warm body or a healthy diagnosis, or that phone call you've been waiting on from your daddy, or a note that says, yo, I love you, from the person you actually want to love you. And we will awaken with muscles up on our shoulders that are strong enough to hold the world up when people need us to hold the world up because they are tired of holding the world up. And we will awaken, y'all, with our voices in harmony and pitch that makes a whisper seem like a rocket ship, and a rocket ship sound like, yo, I miss you. And we will tiptoe down hallways, making footprints feel like earthquakes, and we will awaken all those sleeping, all those afraid to be brilliant, all of you afraid to be acknowledged for daring to be different, for those of you who run when you should stand, for those of you who hush when you should command, for those of you who need to realize you can't hide in the light. It sticks to you like brown does on my black skin, like sap from trees rooted in sweet soil. I need everybody in Millennium Stage and out there to know that you're stars. Literally, I see you, Yusha, in the sky, defying laws of space, time, and gravity, because humans are not supposed to fly, but you glide like the first leaf in autumn. Y'all silhouettes, they strut in daylight and they dance with the moon. You all are part of a collective, a critical mass of intellectuals, and you are governed by some kind of divine knowledge, which means you are meant to be here with a purpose. Just like I am meant to be here with the purpose, we are all purposefully meant to be here. And do you all want to know why? Wow. Do you want to know why? Wow. So the sick can become a healer, the timid can become a leader, the weary can become a teacher, and the boogeyman became a poet. Thank you all so much. Peace.
Yo. Give it up for Tony Keith one more time, y'all. I also forgot to note, Tony thinks the world could do without Almond Joys. Just letting you know. Anyway, when I say second, y'all say win, second. Win. Second, I say get live, you say again, get live. Again. Get live. Again. Thank you everyone for coming out tonight. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Alexa Patrick. I've been your host and curator for tonight. I hope you had a good time. Did you have a good time? Yeah? Thank you so much. Thank you. We're about to talk about it. Don't you worry. No, I'm about to play. Anyway, if y'all are interested in staying in touch and learning more about Second Wind and seeing what all these other wonderful poets are doing in other places where we'll be, you can also follow me on Instagram at Alexa Laurel, ALEXALAUREL. I also have a book that came out. It's called Remedies for Disappearing. Debut book came out last year. It's available over at Mahogany Books, so you can also see what's happening with this book tour. And then otherwise, I see you now, so we're friends, we're homies, and so I hope that this isn't the last time that I get to see you. I hope that you come back and that you return. But anyway, as a reminder, like I just said, Mahogany Books is out there. They are selling copies of Jasmine's book. They're selling copies of Tony's book. They're selling copies of my book. Kenny has copies of his book. If you are interested in purchasing that, please do. Who? Oh, and listen, we all got books. Gaelyn got books too. So please come and see us, talk to us. And then just a few thank yous. Thank you to Takier, Kenny, Gaelyn, Drew, Tatiana, Tony. Please give a round of applause to everyone who's touched stage. Thank you to our amazing DJ Franky J. Also, rumor has it's that her birthday's tomorrow, okay? Can y'all say happy birthday? Happy birthday! We love you, DJ Franky J. We love you, DJ Franky J. It's okay, y'all got it. All right, thank you, Jasmine Mans. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, Mahogany Books. Thank you, Kennedy Center, for having us back at this incredible venue. Thank you so much, truly. And I know we're running out of time, so we're way over time. And lastly, thank you to you all, without whom this event would not have been as energetic and as reviving as it was meant to be. So thank you, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye, y'all.
Thank you for joining us at Millennium Stage. For more information about upcoming shows, please check out the Kennedy Center website or Facebook page. At this time, we ask that you please head to the back of the seating area so we can safely put away our chairs.